So just call me the Live Cricket Express.
The Silver Dasher.
Morning. It's Friday. I'm in my car, and we're getting ready for a breakfast dash. So, yesterday was a little challenging. I didn't do a breakfast because had somebody come out and repair our garage door. It was installed 3 years ago, and we have two of them. And the door on that my wife uses, it was installed correctly. It's been giving us no problem. But I noticed on the door that I use, the railings were not even, some were crooked. It's like, whoever did the first one did it perfectly and decided, oh God, I got to hurry up, and they kind of did a rush job on the second. So, called up Googled garage door repair, and they came out there. Guy, veteran, 20 years doing garage doors, and apprentice, and they had it fixed within 2 hours, and they adjusted it and lubricated all the springs and rollers, and and they repaired it, and they reframed it, and they put new framing up to make the railings on the door with the rollers even and equally spaced. And so far it sounds great. The door, to give you some idea, every time the door, it was too close to the chain, where the motor, and it kept rubbing against the chain, and it sounded awful. So anyway, I'm pleased with it, and only, I don't know about but it only cost $300 for the repair and service both doors. That was pretty good. So anyway, got the app ready. It says it's very busy. Well, it's probably been busy since 5 o'clock one. But let's see what happens. Let's start the dash. Ooh, no questions. So all right, let's get the dash on the road. Let's see. Do I get an order as I'm backing out? Almost. I'm almost backed out. Oh well. So, look at there. Ooh. $10 for 16 miles. Customer drop off. Oh, the hell with it. I'm going for it. Means I'm going to the next town. I'm not following my rule that I did in the experiment yesterday. So let's see what happens. It's going to take me to the next town, but who knows? Maybe I get some good breakfast orders from out there. So anyway, see you in a little bit. Oh, hi. Well, I just dropped off that Cinnabon order. That's the first time I've done a Cinnabon order. But the truck stop in Lincoln that has the Subway that I pick up a lot of times has a Cinnabon in there, so that's where I got it. But I delivered it. It was $10, and the 16 miles included me coming to the place, and from there it was just 6 miles from the truck stop. I've been out here many, many times in this one because I recognize it. But I got a bonus. There's a black and white kitty cat, little tuxedo cat. He was very curious, but he was an outdoor cat, and he had a flea collar on, and I could tell, in the garage, they keep the garage door open just enough for him to go in and out. So he's an outdoor kitty, but they got a flea collar on him. But he sure was curious, but he didn't want to be petted. No. But which is good. You had to be very cautious, So anyway, I am in Lincoln, the infamous getting ticket place. I am definitely not speeding. So I'm going to head into Lincoln proper, see if I can pick up an order here If not, I'm going to make my way back to base. So anyway, but yeah, bonus event, got to see a kitty. So anyway, off to base, see you in a little bit. Well, just as I got back in range of my base, I got an order from Sonic. And that's unusual. I never really got Sonic. I think I've got Sonic for breakfast one time before. So anyway, I'm about to head there and then on to the customer. So we'll see you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Sonic order at the vet's office that I've been. This is the third time there. In fact, the last time I was there, the young lady there, I shared her story about, Momo is not feeling too well. And she was there again, so I told her that Momo is feeling a whole lot better. She said good. But yeah, this third time, been there. First time was when I did that Chick-fil-A catering job. So, you know what? I haven't got a catering job since then. Of course, they have their own fleet, I just probably got it because they were all busy. So, anyway, the good thing is now I'm on the on the end of the gauntlet here. So I'm about to run the gauntlet and see if it wins or not. So wish me luck. See you in a little bit. Well, the gauntlet almost won. Just as I was pulling in to park, I got a McDonald's order. It's small, $3 for 3 miles, but hey, this breakfast dash, I've only had 2 orders. This is my 3rd order, and I've already got an hour and 20 minutes left in my dash. So, like I said, beggars can't be choosers. So, on to McDonald's and then to the customer. We'll see you a little bit. Well, I delivered that McDonald's order to the business I've been to many times, but they have that tendency to have that bug whenever I need to get a PIN number and I'm slightly out of zone, app fails every time. So I had to spend some time with support with a new AI. Called me by my name. It was a female voice. And so, at least that one, I tried to do it by chat, text. That text AI, it's not working anymore. It went to La La Land. So, anyway, parked at base near Starbucks. And I picked up a shop and deliver at Dollar General. So, that's where I'm heading. So off to Dollar General and then to the customer. So see you in a little bit. Well, that took me on a wild goose chase. I did the shopping Dollar General, which was fine. It was just 2 items, 1 substitution. But then the app takes me to Jeff State, which is a local college. I mean, directly to it. And it's just, this doesn't look right. Because there was a doctor. It was theirs. I went to the security guy and said, oh, it's over here. It's the Doc in a Box. Why all of a sudden? It must be whoever put the order in decided to, I don't know what it had it's the right address, but why did Google send me over across it's directly across from the interstate from the place. So I don't know. That was a weird one. So I got about 15 minutes left on my dash. So I think I'm gonna hit the Jack's area just to see if I can pick up a quick order over there. If not, head back home. But this has been a very poor morning dash. I think I only got 4 orders, not much. So anyhow, on the Jackson, wait and see if I get another order. If not, then I'll head home and give a summary of this poorly morning dash. So talk to you later. Well, just as I signed off and just as I pulled into the Jack's parking lot, got an order to Burger King. This will definitely be my last dash for this morning. So on the Burger King and to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Burger King order to an apartment complex I've never been to before. Surprise, surprise, surprise. And it's also unique is that they're all one level. So they're like, one level bungalows, So anyhow, but that is the end of my dash, even though the app miraculously added 30 minutes to my dash, but I went and ended it. So I need to head back. We'll give a summary and then take a break, and then we'll do this again for lunch. So see you in a little bit. Well, I'm home in the dash. I'm going to be honest, it was a little low. I made a total of $29.71. Things were not looking good. I had a total of 5 deliveries, and the total dash time is 2 hours and 34 minutes. So it's getting a little cooler. It was like in the low 40s this morning. It's going to be cloudless, but it's cold. So anyway, I'm going to take a break, have some lunch, and we'll do this again in a little bit. So see you later. Well, welcome back. It's now time for the lunch dash. So let's see what the app says when I start it. No questions. All right. You took drop-off photos for 80% of your countless deliveries. Well, I'm just following the app instructions. So anyway, it's not raining. It's no clouds in the sky, but it is a little cool. So it's got in the high 50s. So anyway, on to my base of operations. So hopefully I get an order real soon. So see you in a little bit. Well, just as I was heading towards my base of operation, I got an order. But it's not a food order, it's a shop and deliver. But it's not Dollar General, it's not Home Depot, it's not, PetSmart. It's Ulta Beauty. So I'm going to go buy cosmetics. How you like that? So anyway, on to the store and to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, just finished getting those items at Ulta. I was smart. I didn't go look for it. I asked for a sales lady to help me find it. And we found all this stuff within 2 minutes. Because I have no idea about cosmetics. And everybody was dressing nice in Halloween costume because I didn't realize today is Halloween. And so she was dressed up very nice in a character from Alice in Wonderland. But yeah, she was very helpful for me, very helpful. And where I'm going is a repeat customer, back to the dock of the box. So anyway, on to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, just dropped off the cosmetics. It's actually to a repeat customer. In fact, you usually see photos of where to deliver to. The photo was a photo that I took. So yeah, it's a repeat customer of mine. So anyway, now we got that quickly done. Let's see if we can pick up another order. So I'm heading to my base of operations for lunch, which is currently Cracker Barrel. So hopefully we'll get one. So see you in a little bit. Well, I got to my base of operations and sat there for a couple of minutes and then finally got an order. We're heading to Freddy's. So on to Freddy's and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Thank you. Well, I just dropped off that Freddy's to the business I just delivered to this morning. But strangely, the app worked because I didn't have to require a PIN number. So anyway, everybody's, a lot of people at work are dressed up today. This particular customer was dressed up as one of the characters from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And so anyhow, and as I was giving her items, got a Dollar General order. So heading to Dollar General, and after that to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I dropped off that Dollar General. This one was a little easier. There was not that many items, and the store had all the items that he needed. And the drop-off, where the person delivered to a place of business, been there many times, and knew exactly, when I saw the picture of where to drop it off, I knew exactly where it was. But yeah, and as I was driving on, I saw him come out and pick it up. So anyhow. So, nothing. I haven't picked up anything since then, so I'm now heading back to the base of operations, which for right now is Cracker Barrel, and that's where I'm heading. So, hopefully I get an order real soon. So, in the meantime, see you in a little bit. Well, just as I was pulling in the park, got an order. We're heading to Buffalo Wild Wings. So, off we go and off to the customer. So, I'll see you in a little bit. Well, I just finished dropping off that order from Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's to the senior living center, the nursing home that I've been to many, many times. I think I mentioned there's one they have the donkeys and then the horses out on the pasture nearby for the residents to, interact with and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not too far from town. It puts me slightly out of zone, but it takes a couple of minutes to get back in zone. So anyway, heading back to the base of operations. Hopefully I can get another order here real soon. And it's been kind of steady. Could it be better? Yeah, I got about just under 2.5 hours left in the dash. So anyway, on to the base and hopefully for another order. See you in a little bit. Well, just as I was coming into range of my base, picked up an order. Another cosmetic store. I'm going to Sally Beauty. Man, what is it with today in the cosmetics? Could be Halloween. People looking for stuff. But man, I'm not an expert on this stuff. So I'll just do what I do last time. Ask the employee to help me find the stuff. So on to Sally's Beauty and the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Sally Beauty order and dropped it off in a neighborhood I've been to many times. But I dropped it over to a lady who is the next door neighbor of the customer who tried to ask me to buy cigarettes for her. You know, I made the short, the customer wanted me to break the rules. We're right next to her. So, ironic. So, anyway, I am now heading back to base, hopefully to pick up another order. So, we'll see you in a little bit. Well, as I was getting ready close to my base of operation, picked up a McDonald's order. Yeah, small, but very short distance. So, yeah, like I said, beggars can't be choosers, the orders are small and few in between. So anyway, on to McDonald's and to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that McDonald's order. Very short trip. It's apartment. It's the same apartment complex I went earlier today. That was the first time I've been here. Now I've been here twice. It's the ones they're very nice. They're all single level, which I like. Because the last apartment I was in fact, both apartments, I've been in two different apartments. Both apartments I was at the bottom floor, which is great to, for loading stuff and that type of thing. But, or carrying, stuff in you didn't have to carry, you didn't have to go up a flight of stairs. But, man, but if you had noisy neighbors upstairs, you would, it would be a problem.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto US 70.
So now, as I just handed the lady her food, I picked up another order to Dollar General. Man, that's all I've been doing today is just shop and deliver. I think I have to look at the end of the day, I'm going to have to see how many of these shop and delivers. I know this is my second time in fact, I'm going back to the same Dollar General that I went earlier today. And so I've already been to Ulta, I've already been to Sally Beauty, and this is my second trip to Dollar General. So, wow. So anyway, on the Dollar General we go. And then the customer after that. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that order to a nice little, it's an older neighborhood. It's like they're small little houses that you rent. They're like duplexes. That's what it was. Very nice. Very, it's a whole nice neighborhood. Drove by it many times. This is just a small order. The hardest part was getting the ice because the ice scanned on the register was not the same brand of ice that they sold, but I had to scan the actual ice. I had to wait for it anyway because they keep their ice locked up and it's outside, so they just brought it in and I scanned it, sure enough, and it worked. So anyway, man, I got just about an hour and 20 minutes in the dash, so I'm going to head over to base. Actually, I'm going to take a kind of a roundabout way. I'm going to try to sneak in at the middle of the gauntlet and then work my way to the base and see if I can pick up an order as I'm going there. It's been slow but steady, but it's just like I've been doing nothing but shopping. That's all I've been doing, shopping. It's Halloween. I don't know if that has to do with anything, but just shop. So anyway, go partial run of the gauntlet, head to my base and see who wins. So see you in a little bit. Well, I parked at base for a couple minutes. Then I picked up an order at Cracker Barrel. And I'm already here. So, on to Cracker Barrel and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Cracker Barrel order. So instead of getting back on the interstate, I'm just going to make a complete loop around. I'm taking this back road back to the Gauntlet. So at the end of this road is the Gauntlet that I can run through to my base of operations to see if I can pick up an order on the way. So anyway, on to the Gauntlet, and hopefully we pick up an order. So see you in a little bit. Well, been sitting at Cracker Barrel for a few minutes, and then I had an order come in for Walgreens. It was only for $2, but the trip was 15 miles. I said, no way. You know, I may take a lot of orders, but I'm not taking that. Then, a few minutes later, I got another shop and deliver. I'm going to Five Below, and it's for $8 for like 3 miles. So, but this is definitely going to be my last dash, because it's 30 minutes left in my dash, so I need to go. You know, oh yeah, may or may not, but I have a feeling it's going to be my last, because I need to pick up by 2:53 and it's 2:30. So anyway, boy, $2 for 15 miles. What? So anyway, on to Five Below and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Thank you. Well, I thought that was my last dash, but not. But 2 minutes before my dash ends, I picked up another shop and deliver. It's for $18 for 10 miles, and I'm going to PetSmart. So, on to PetSmart and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just finished shopping at PetSmart. Wasn't too bad, since I know what to do shopping for crickets. Well, I got crickets, live mealworms, dog food, and bird food. So the whole menagerie of animals. So I have a sneaky suspicion the mealworms and the crickets may be for some reptiles. I'm thinking either bearded dragons or geckos. Maybe the geckos for the crickets, but they're probably big reptiles, because these are big crickets and mealworms. So anyhow, so just call me the Live Cricket Express.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto US 231 South, Martin Street North.
So on to the customer. This is definitely my last dash, and then after this I'm going home, and then I'll give a summary of today's dash. So see you in a little bit. Well, I dropped off that last DoorDash of the live crickets, the bird food, and the dog food, and the mealworms. Actually, but I've delivered to an area around here just across the bridge from the city limits. I've delivered 2-3 times in this neighborhood, so I was very familiar with it. So anyway, a little late ending my dash, and I normally end the dash at 3 o'clock, but it's almost 4 o'clock. But it was a dash right before my order, right before my dash ended. So I knew it, but it was my last dash, so it wasn't like I had to be somewhere else. Just a little later, because tonight is Friday night, and it is my turn to pick where we're going out to eat. So, and we usually do our shopping, but we may not do our shopping tonight because it's Halloween night. Don't really want to get out of traffic with the trick-or-treaters out there. So, but anyway, I'm heading home, and I will give a summary of today's lunch dash. So, see you in a little bit. Well, I'm finally home, and an hour and 20 minutes after my supposedly ending of the dash. But I looked at the summary here. I made $74.86. I think that's the most I've ever done on a lunch dash. I had 10 deliveries for a total dash time of 4 hours and 57 minutes. But the thing is, of those 10 orders I got, 6 were shop and deliver. I had 2 Dollar Generals, an Ulta, Sally Beauty, Five Below, and a PetSmart. Yeah, and so 6 out of the 10. So I was shopping. I was doing cosmetics mostly, and once again, I became the live Cricket Express and mealworms. Wow. So that's it for me this week. I will tell you this. I've recently become eligible to do Walmart Spark. And I think when I'm going to do that, I think I'm going to just try to do those on Sundays. I still do my DoorDash just to get my feet wet. Uber Eats is still up in the air. I don't like the tip baiting issue. I think I'm going to wait until they implement their changes. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed coming with me on this journey, especially with a lot of the shopping. And if you like this video, please select like. And if you enjoy what I'm doing and look forward to the more videos, I urge you to subscribe to the channel. That helps me build up the channel. So anyway, hope everyone has a good weekend. Happy Halloween. Be safe out there. Of course, the video will be out there, but still the sentiment is there. Be safe out there. Watch for the little ones. And we will see you again later.